Firstly, Jens, yeah, team news ahead of the weekend. Anything breaking, anything bad, or any good news? Anything to add to?
Yeah, good. Was good news. The comeback from a little bit turbulent is coming closer, but I'm not. She's not ready for the game Aston Villa, but she did it well in the last weeks. So hopefully she's a great option after the national team break. So we have two question marks of Julia and of Lee. Both practice it individual today. Yeah, let's see what tomorrow is bringing, and then we can decide who's ready for Sunday. Hopefully both can play, because both are really important player for us. Especially Julia did a great job in the last weeks, and she's the new team captain, and would be really important for us to have her on the pitch.
Reflecting very briefly on the points at Aston Villa, how impressed were you once again with the spirit shown to come from behind, to get a point, a key point in a big season?
I think for us it's important to catch every point which we can catch, yeah, because we are having now 5 points between us and Leicester, so it's a better situation now, and I think an away point in our situation is always a big thing, because the opponents are really strong in the league, and Aston Villa, for example, is for me a top team in the league. I think in January they lost no games. They did it really well. So to catch a point there was amazing for us. Was really impressed at the second half of my team. This is the way we want to play, and that is the style we want to play. But also we have to analyze what's happened in the first half. So we spoke about at halftime. We did two substituted. I think would also be important for us to bring two new players in, and yeah. So the second half was really good, but there are two sides of the coin, and the first half wasn't that what I expected. The second half was really good, so we have to go on the second half, and this phase we will show on Sunday.
And to have the same opposition a week later, that's unique, isn't it? It doesn't happen very often. How does that change or influence team selection and thoughts ahead of this weekend?
No, there is. It's special, yeah, to play an opponent 2 times in a week. Hopefully, we come in this position to play this more times, because if we are playing 2 times in a week, we are playing Champions League. And yeah, but at the actual situation, it's not normal, but it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change. So the preparing is the same like we're preparing to a different opponent, because we know the strengths, we know the weakness of the opponent, we know how they are attacking, we know how they are defending, but we know this, and we knew this in front of the first game too, so it doesn't change anything.
Let's speak to Emma, who is back after injury. Emma, a frustrating time, I would imagine.
Yeah, it has been a bit frustrating to be injured, and finally I'm back, and it feels really good with all of the hard work to now be back. So it feels really good.
Interesting, and when you come back from injury you want to be careful, but at the same time you've got a new coach who I know has said he plays quite a high intensity, so I wonder whether it's been a balance for you to try and get back fit, but to take your time, but want to impress the coach at the same time.
like, yeah, it's always like a pressure, maybe from like myself, because I want to play, I want to be 100% and more than that. But I think we have had like a good plan for me to get back in training and now in games. So yeah, I think we have had a good plan, so I could be back like 100% when I go into training.
And there's competition. He's brought in 2 or 3 defenders in the transfer window. It's suddenly got quite busy in that changing room now.
Yeah, of course, but I think like with the competition you get better. So you always need to push yourself to be better and be the best of you. So I see that as a good thing and a positive thing for us as a squad.
And how have you seen what Jens is trying to do is different to perhaps Hope before him? How is the way you're trying to play different in terms of your role and as a defence?
Like the way we want to play now, I really like it. And now maybe it's hard to say also because I haven't been in training for that long. But I think as a team we do better and better, and we will get there. And we work very hard every session. So I think we're gonna take like step as a team and as individuals every week. So yeah.
And are you seeing an improvement in the side and results? Are you confident the season can get better and better? And the last 3 results have been good.
Yeah, like I see we will get there, and like it's not just a straight way up. Like it will always, like you will go up and then maybe take a step back, and like some days are better than others, but we will still do the hard work to get even better and improve.
And Julia, Jens mentioned, we spoke to her on this press conference, I think it was 3 weeks ago, and she hadn't scored for ages. Now she's done very well recently. She's adding goals to her game, and you get the impression that the side will hopefully add goals to the game as well, that there'll be more goals coming.
Yeah, I hope so, and I know so. But yeah, she has been doing great, and like I have known her as a footballer for a long time, and I know what she can do. And I think when you get like a confidence and as well, you can like be outside your comfort zone and take the next steps. But I think she's been doing great, and she's very important for this team. So yeah, I know that she will score more goals.
And to be given the captaincy as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a pressure but a privilege, I guess, for a player, isn't it? You think she can handle that?
Yeah, I know she can, and like as you say, like it's an how do you say, like an honor for her, like Jens and the team believes in her as our captain, so it's a privilege.
Finally, for me, Aston Villa this weekend, the side played them last weekend. I mean, as a player, is that an advantage, do you think, for the players that played last weekend to meet the same team again?
Like as Jens said, they are a really good team, and like it's like we know what we need to do to beat them. It's gonna be a hard work, and we need to like do what we are good at and use our strengths. But it's gonna be a tough game. They are very good, and even if we met them last week and we maybe know what they are good at, we still need to do the hard work to stop them from doing what they are good at and do what we are